Greetings and salutations. We are back with karmic situations. So, we're going to do masculine first, and then we're going to do feminines directly after that. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes rant as I get the spread out. Head, that's swords, thoughts, decisions, mentality, ideology. That's the direction you're going. That's the decisions you're making. Everything starts from the mind. Then you got cups. Shoot. Okay, bet. Then you got cups. Cups, are there any cups coming out? Bet. Cups are feelings and emotions. All feelings and emotions are just indicators on where you're going mentally. Heart and mind must be aligned with everything that you do. Those are the shoulders, cups. Who rules the heart and mind department? Head, shoulders department, divine feminine. You got wands are next. Wands are actions and behavior. Things you're doing, things you've done. Not what you finna do because you ain't did it yet. Alright, I'm just figuring out how I'm gonna flick the cards when I pull them out. Who's the king of actions and behavior? Wands, the divine masculine. What you've done has karma accountability attached to it. What you doing currently has karma accountability attached to it. What you finna do does not. All you can go off of is a person's actions and behavior. Overall energy is the Four of Cups, divine masculine. This is fairly important. Bottom line energy, you got the Four of Wands, which is very important. Final rant is the Pentacles. Pentacles are persons, places, and things. These things you can taste, touch, see, feel, and hear. All Pentacles expire. All Pentacles have expiration dates, and all Pentacles are temporary. You know, the diamonds. Excuse the view, man. But peep the message, though. Like, did you catch the message, though? Just catch the message, you know. I'll save a sweet rant for next reading. Let's get straight with it. Reading starts in 2 minutes. First card in your message, masculine, we got the Four of Cups. This is fairly important. This is the world and everything in it. It's what the world means to you. What means the world to you, Cameron? What is the world? It's cups. It's what you feel. It's your emotions. The world is what you feel it is. Not what you think it is, swords. Pentacles, like, it's the reason why the world, third dimension, a temporary space and time, by the way, where all things expire. It's a third dimension. It's limited. Scarce. You know. You only get one life. And that's a pinnacle. You only get one body. That's a pinnacle. These two eyes, two pinnacles. My larynx, that's a pinnacle. This world, the pinnacle. It's temporary. It's going to expire. It has an expiration date. The sun is a pinnacle. Why? Because it dwells in a third dimension of its own space. You know, the heavens is infinite. You know, but the world is limited. And you got to see the world for what it really is. It's a speck of dust. It's a speck of dust in the ocean that is the universe. It's big, but it's small. You know, it's like a plane. Your city's big, but once you fly out, it becomes a dot. The Earth is big. But once you fly past a little bit further, say you go to Mars, it's going to be a dot or a speck of dust in the ocean that is the universe. Four Wands, this is the infinite. Zion, the real world, as I like to call it. The fourth and fifth dimension, it's infinite. And this is also home. Home is what a heart is. Once again, your home could literally be a pinnacle, you know, actual pinnacle. But what's a pinnacle? It has an expiration date. It's temporary. It's going to expire. Like even the house you get, it's not going to be there forever. Everything is limited in the third dimension, that is the world. But in the fourth dimension, which is the infinite, you see how it's fours, right? It's the same thing, but different. This is the Matrix. This is Zion. You know, the real world, where there is no sun, people live in sewers. That's how you got out the Matrix. You was flushed into the sewers because you had no purpose, not being ejected in the Matrix anymore. You woke up, right? Like the term being woke, this is people who dwell at home. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience on earth. It's temporary. So our experience here is going to be temporary. But we go back to the source. Like Neo in the Matrix. But hey, This is how you looking at things. Divines dwell in the real world. Just think about that. Like, it's like you know what the world really is. Everybody in the world going in the same direction, wanting to know about everybody else in this place, like the karmics, the lost, the non-woke, the sleep, the sheep, however you want to call them. You know, a lot more of them than us. Okay, and even though we physically dwell here, we eternally dwell here. This is where our mind is at all times. We feel good about the earth, but we feel even better about home. You know, and we gotta want to do things at home. What are wants? Actions and behavior. Things you're doing. Things you've done. Not what you finna do because you ain't did it yet. How do divines move in an infinity? Divine masculines and divine feminines, they move in an infinity. We do stuff in the world. We do stuff for the kingdom. I.e. heaven, i.e. Zion, i.e. home. You know, stuff God needs us to do and the stuff we need to do our damn selves. You know, we got to work 9 to 5 to provide, but we also got to do some divine business because it calls. It's the same thing. It's just different. And how do divines move? Like I said, we come in here, handle business. We got to handle our heavenly business. How do karmics move? Just in a circle. You got divine karmic shit going on. This is the divine masculines karmic reading, right? All right, bet. It's divine karma. That just goes round and round and round. Like a hamster in a turbo wheel. But usually that round and round action is seen mostly in the world. 4 cups. The world is what you make it. It's what you feel it is. To some, they feel it's a cold world. To some, they feel it's a beautiful world. Some people feel like it's heaven on earth. Some people know exactly what heaven is. Bottom line, also, this is Twin Flame Union, Reunion, and Recognition. That's what the 4 of Wands is. So, you're going to be coming home. Or home is going to call. On a non-Twin Flame note, this is like your hometown. You know, people that know you. Hometown friends, hometown family. You know, hometown karma that needs to be attended to. Go home. Masculine, just go home. Coming to this thing. Your subconscious is the top row. Your direct conscious energy is at the bottom. Top row, indirect energy, subconscious. Coming into this thing, we got the Knight of Wands. Wands. Knights too. Knights, queens, kings, and things are divine realms. That's the divine cycle. Aces to tens, karmic cycles. So you kicking it off at home, Zion business, and who's here all the time? The divine feminine. Who's also here? God. What's up, Goddess? What's up? This is up, right? I bet. Knight of Wands in my deck is just moving fast and furiously towards your divine direction, which is towards home. Your Schaefer journey home. The journey you're doing right now are wands. The place you're going to are wands. I told you. Like, just like the world, there's things in the world that need to be maintained. Just like there's jobs in the world, duties in the world, obligations in the world. Same thing. And they're 4s because this is basic. It's basic. You should know what the world is by now. You should know what home is by now. It's the difference between home, you know, infinite. It involves actions. What is a divine feminine? A queen of wands. What is a divine masculine? King of wands. You know. I know I'm all over the place, but just take the knowledge because I'm spitting a lot of it. You should take notes. I'm dope. Twin Flame Union, Reunion, Recognition, which is this card here, is only 4 steps of wanding. Ace of Wands, that's just awareness. Okay, you can have awareness, but you're going to have to do something with that. 2 of Wands is like working your awareness. 2 of Wands is like work, a 9 to 5. It's survival, making ends meet. These are 2 ends meeting, right? This is somebody telling you how to fish or telling you you should teach yourself how to fish so you can eat. It's just you working that information and knowing how to fish. You know, to feed yourself, feed your family, or to enterprise and feed other people for a price. We got 3 of Wands. That's evolution. 3s are all about evolution. Evolve. You know, build a school, of fishing to teach people how to fish. So people ain't just buying fish from you. They can go feed themselves and do what they doing like you doing. Yeah, you losing money giving your clientele away, but it ain't about all that. It's about the wands. It's about the work. You know. And you got home. You know, if you on purpose, 3 of Wands, if you do something more than yourself, see, this is like your job. You got to do some actions and behavior modification outside your job. Like it's the evolution. Once you evolve, then you'll be ready for twin flame union, reunion, and recognition. Then you'll be ready to recognize your twin. Then you'll be ready for union with your twin. You know, then you'll be ready to be reunited. But yeah, you on your journey to get reunited with your divine feminine, to get in union with your divine feminine, to recognize your divine feminine in the real. See, you recognize your feminine a long time ago, but you always seeing a different shade, a different tone, a different light of your feminine. And, you know, on the current journey you on right now, also the Knight of Wands is like, besides moving fast and furious towards your divine direction, it's just being in a place to be. You know, wherever you at right now is where you need to be. Whether it's good, bad, or ugly. Subconsciously, you know you at where you supposed to be at. So as far as the twin flame thing, and I'm gonna keep it moving. Look at everything that's happened in your life, everything that's transpired from relationships not working out to you kind of crazily being available right now in the manner you're available. Divine masculine. And then like look at your divine feminine. And like in the manner that she's available. It's almost like everything was meant. It's almost like this shit was definitely pre-planned because it wasn't none of this planned. It was pre-planned. None of this was planned. You didn't expect any of this, and it just kind of happened as if it was fate or meant to happen. Thus, this Knight of Wands, Jafer journey you on is the right path. Might not seem like it, but it is. Directly, you come to the situation with the 5 of Swords, and that's what you need to focus on. 5 of Swords is the focus card. 4 of Swords is being in your head. You know, this is an idle mind. 4 of Swords. What's an idle mind? That's the Devil's Workshop. You're the King of Wands, right? The King of doing things. The King of actions and behavior. That's movement. When you in this energy for Swords, you ain't doing this. But when you get out your head and start focusing, then you can plan on what you need to do. And you're the king at doing it because you're a good planner. You're very proactive, so to speak. So 5 of Swords is just focus. It's the equivalent of cocking a pistol or a bow back at a target. And you focusing and you aiming at it. You want to get good accuracy of a good shot. You don't just cock back a pistol and shoot it as soon as you put it up in the air. You don't want to shoot anything without looking at it, without focused on it, because you're not going to hit your target. You're going to, in fact, hit innocent bystanders or, you know, it's like Cupid. You know, it ain't just the arrow, you know, that does its job, that makes Cupid does his job. It's the accuracy of a shot. So don't be in his way when he's taking a shot for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is a vision I'm getting. Yo, the right masculine's like Cupid. And he's trying to shoot a shot at you, but you either feminine. I'm talking to the feminists right now. You doing too much or moving around too much or too sporadic or spontaneous. You're like a fire. You're all over the place. And you can't really hold still long enough for your masculine to hit you. And it's like every day your masculine goes out to try to shoot you with his arrow, but you can't hit you. Or like looking for a lost dog. You know you're gonna find the dog. The dog always comes back. It's just you're having a difficult time tracking it, or it knows you're tracking it and just playing with you type situation. Like it could be an infinite amount of examples I can use, but all I'm saying is just focus on what matters and what doesn't. Look at your life. Look at the direction you're going, the journey you're heading down. Look just overall. Since this whole twin flame thing has been around, since this whole 4 of Wands process. Twin flame union, reunion, recognition. Since this thing has happened, your journey has become way more interesting than it was. And for you late bloomers, older masculines, yes, it's almost like you got a second life, a second leg. You was down to your last life, and you gotta continue. Moving on. Let me continue. Feminine role. You subconsciously and directly about the feminine energy. Overall, this could be your karmic. Yeah, we're gonna put it in two ways. For the karmic feminines, masculines got or mess with or dealing with, and of course your divine feminine. So Ten of Wands. This is a temporary ending. They're wands. Temporary ending are wands. Permanent endings are swords. So a Ten of Swords would be a permanent ending. That's something that's out of your hand. That's something that's a wrap. It's like losing your job. Say you got fired for being late all the time. Ten of Wands, temporary ending. It's just pumping the brakes on whatever you're doing that's got you going to work late. So in essence, you could have prevented getting fired had you, by the swords, focused on your wands, actions, and behavior. Ten of Wands is also ending something you're passionate about. It ain't over. It's like, call it a timeout. You want to win the game. Coach like, call timeout. You like, man, I got this. Call timeout. Man, I could have won the game or whatever. It's timeout. It's like Ten of Swords would be a divorce. Ten of Wands could have been what you could have, stopped doing to at least like help your situation in your marriage. You know what I'm saying? It's obviously something you wasn't doing or something you've done. You know what I mean? That caused the Ten of Swords. You know, the inevitable part of endings, permanent endings, is that they made their mind up to leave you. And you're not there when they making this decision. So it's a sword planned out. We'll get to that in a second. It's more cerebral. The Ten of Swords, But yeah, Ten of Wands just stopping something. You in focus mode right now, so really focus Five of Swords on something you need to stop doing. Ten of Wands when it comes to a particular feminine. If it's a karmic feminine, leave her alone while you can. He could be a she could be a he. You know how we rocking. LGBT friendly. It stops at the T. You understand what I'm saying? That's a whole nother rant. But yeah. Just break it up. Call time out while you can. Before you fuck around and get married. Before she fuck around and come up off some assets or pinnacles that you got going on. Before you end up getting her destroyed professionally, sued, beat up. I don't know. Like, this is a good time to pump your brakes on your karmic feminine. Because number one, you've been there before. I told you, it's a gerbil wheel. You've been in that gerbil wheel like 10 times. Why go 11, 12, and 13 times? It's what you're doing, Wands, with this karmic feminine that you need to stop doing. Could just be having sex. Stop fucking her. You ain't helping her. You ain't making shit no better. If anything, you just spinning a web or a comfort zone or a fishbowl or a den. You're just going to get too comfortable in it. Because you're already comfortable in it. And you don't want it, but you continue to. It's like a hamster in a gerbil wheel. Just keep going round and round. So, that's subconscious. And this is for a particular feminine. Now, if this deals with your divine feminine, for the feminines that's watching, you just calling a timeout or pumping the brakes on your divine feminine right now. You ain't answering texts. You ain't picking up. You kind of busy. Probably with the karmic feminine, but you busy. You know what I mean? And so the feminist is watching, don't trip. He ain't avoiding you. It's just like, you with your grandparents all day. And they don't turn up. So with them, you're probably going to the store, to a nice restaurant, church maybe. If you smoke cigarettes, you really can't smoke. Ain't really got no dip off time to really do anything. Can't drink. They don't support none of that. So you're just really there for as long as you're there for them. Until you can leave them and do what you do when this day is over. But it's like Sundays. For us church people that have to be at church, you know what I'm saying? And it's just waiting to get up out of there. Man, so like So I turn up, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, it's just you gotta deal with it. You gotta hold off, pump the brakes on something you can't do right now. It's like you at work. You can turn up after work. Like, fuck, are you that thirsty to where you're gonna jeopardize your own job doing something? Like, might not be smoking, might not be drinking. It could be just going on a booty call. Like, you late for work because you doing too much. Like, you just need to pump your brakes. Right? And divine feminine, going back to the divine feminine part, it's just like, just gotta leave your feminine alone for a bit. Because you can't really interact with your feminine the way you want to right now. You busy. Got something going on. I take it with a karmic feminine right now. It's like you and your karmic feminine on like vacation. You took her to a family reunion. You just, like I say, ain't got time to talk. You like to, but given your demo, you kind of stuck at the moment. And directly, consciously, in regards to the feminine, we got God, King of Swords. That's some good, some bad, or some ugly. But even if it's bad, it's good because God don't make no mistakes. You know, God works in mysterious ways. You know, God is perfect and absolute. It's a 66% chance it ain't gonna be bad. Okay, but even if it's bad, it's good. So God come out, good, bad, or ugly thing is gonna happen. Could show up as a tower moment, could show up as a miracle, could show up as the worst day of your life or the worst trip you ever had with this karmic, or the worst trip you ever had with your divine feminine, causing you to kind of like, okay, let's figure this out. We thought this was gonna work, this ain't working, so you gotta regroup. And for advanced feminines who understand, they'll understand. For the non-advanced ones who are still emotionally charged and triggering each other all the time, I'm gonna tell you right now, things are gonna get a little messy. Okay, for the twins. And it's just karma. Moving on. Oh yeah, King of Swords, let go and let God. Let go. Ten of Wands, let it go and let God. Leave this karmic alone. Before for karma get beseeched upon you from this karmic. Like, another reason why you need to leave karmics alone, I'm talking to everybody. Because you don't know what these karmics got attached to them. They probably did some foul, crazy shit. You may be taking their car to get fixed, surprising them to drop their car back off, and you get hit or shot or arrested or something happen to you just from dealing with some of the blowback from their karma blows back on you. You get involved in their mess, legal mess, spiritual mess, drama mess. You know, real spit. This is the perfect time to call it quits and trust in God that whatever you was getting from this karmic feminine, you can get from your divine feminine or in twin flame situations like mine. Whatever you can't get from your karmic feminine, you can find from a better feminine or one of your soulmates. Maybe a person from the past. You know, that one that got away. Get back with her. It's another rant, alright? As far as yourself, though, subconsciously, indirectly, the karma. Excuse me, the karma between you. You got the Two of Swords. This is a decision. It's two swords. It's only one right way, and that's up. What's up, Goddess? What's up? What's up? The Four Wands, the Infinite. What's down? The world. This is my Christian talk. My grandma always say, you know what I'm saying? You either living for God or you living for the world. You either doing God business or you doing world business. You either part of the home team or you part of the other team. Your choice. It's only a direct, like, there's no either or. It's only one right way, and that's up. So this way is an alternative way. It's a distraction, really, but it's an alternative. Goes with the whole free will part of existing. So you got a choice to make. You can go up or let everything go down. Go up or let everything go down. You've been this way before. It's like when Neo got bugged in the Matrix and they broke out the machine to try to see if he was bugged. They pointed a gun at him and was like, take your shirt off. He was like, I don't know what y'all on, but I'm gonna get up out of here. And he told him to stop the car. Getting out the car, Trinity was like, yo, you know where that road leads. You've been down there before. You know what I mean? Going up. Up is the road less traveled. Up is not the easy road. Up requires sacrifice, dedication. Going up is just the equivalent of doing an advanced ass trigonometry problem on the board and showing the work on how you did it. Going the other way is just getting the answer in the back of the book, going to the board and just putting the answer and sitting right back down. When you show your answer, what you usually do when you put the answer on, you turn around and explain it. Person that's thorough, and a person that's just, I don't know, man. It's like this psychic community. You got real people that do shit because they doing it the right way. And it takes a lot of research and experience and dedication. That's why I'm as nice as I am. But like I said, it ain't sugar coated. It's like a 30-year rancher book or the Bible or the Quran, you know what I'm saying? But people reaching for like coloring books and pop-up books because it's visually stimulating to them, you know. I don't know. I blame it on the world. But you got people that's thorough psychics, people that really put in the work. And I include myself in it. We get our shit snatched and stolen all the time. Like, that's where the vultures come to feast. You dig? Just to copy and paste or dumb it down or synthesize it or do whatever they doing with it. They ain't acknowledging where they getting it from, but it's an infinite supply of goodness from good people who doing work because it ain't like we love doing work, but it's got to be done. How else you gonna know the answer? You know, so do stuff the easy way, or you can half-ass it. You can choose to put in the work, or you can just copy and paste like everybody else doing. And it's a world where you can just copy and paste. It's a world where you really ain't gotta do nothing. You really ain't gotta know nothing. As long as you can present it well, you're good. So you gotta show the work. What you gotta do anyway. You got a decision to make. And whatever this decision is, you're really gonna have to show the work. And what I mean by show the work is just accountability. It's accountability time. Really analyze what going the way that you always goes is and the road less traveled. And when you do travel on the road less traveled, go up, do it the right way, you have miracle breakthroughs. A lot of good stuff happens when you four wands, twin flame union, work condition, or Zion, or go home. You directly, consciously, in regards to yourself, you got a 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is a dream come true, wish granted, or a miracle. And God is out here. And actually, this card is right after God. You know, miracles, dreams come true, wishes granted. These have to happen. Why? So you know God is real. You serve a good God, right? I bet. So God do good shit for you. I mean, because if he didn't show you no love, if you ain't never felt his presence, he ain't never... I mean, if you never got these things in your life, you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't hold a dream if you know it wouldn't come true. Even if you is playing. You wouldn't want something so bad it hurts without, like, actually thinking you can get it, right? Like, you gotta see things before you have them in your hand. Like, the imagination. It's like speaking to an existence, visualizing that it's there. You gotta, whatever you want or whatever you're trying to get, you gotta actually visualize that you got it. Number one, so you can subconsciously understand that attaining things is easy, but maintaining it is a 24-hour job. Really visualize what you want, because you can know right then and there if you even want it or not. So you can 10 of Wands, pump the brakes on it or leave it alone before it becomes a little permanent. You know, dreams come true, wishes granted, miracles, 9 of Cups, they have to happen. Why? So you know God is real. Why? So you know this twin flame thing is real. Why? So you know what your twin flame, your divine counterpart been talking about is real. Because you got to see things to believe things. So that's why these miracles actually have to happen and manifest so you can see what you need to see. Shit I tell my masculine all the time. You got to see things and believe things. I walk by faith, not by sight, but sometimes He's actually got to see it to buy into it. And, you know, it's just God out here doing what he does. And I just take it as I see the divine feminine out here. Hey, picking up the card. 4 of Pentacles. Clarifying that the wishes granted, dreams come true, miracles, the 9 of Cups here. 9 of Cups here. We got the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles is holding on too tight to something. It's a pinnacle, person, place, or thing. Holding on too tight to it, or being scared to let it go. This is a dream come true, wish granted, or a miracle. This 9 of Cups here. And you won't have this until you let something go. 4 of Pentacles. And 4 of Pentacles. And since this 10 of Wands is out here, you're going to have to pump the brakes on it. So this ain't, we don't sacrifice or anything. It's called being obedient on a Christian level. Obedience is better than sacrifice. We don't sacrifice nothing. It's another reason why Christ was here. People be forgetting, like, there wasn't burnt offerings and people wasn't, like, doing human sacrifices and, like, taking sacrifice to a whole other level because they ain't know how to get right with God. You don't have to sacrifice anything. You don't have to sacrifice your son, sacrifice your best livestock, sacrifice any living thing. Bless Jesus has already been, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's just a mindset. Even if it's just a mindset, because Christ is a consciousness for those who didn't know. You know, but hey, let go and let God give you what he got here for you. Like at this point, masculine, you know what God got for you. You just gotta A for accept it. Ain't nothing to acknowledge here. There's nothing to acknowledge, just accept at this point. So going to the future, wrapping this up. You thank God subconsciously, thank God indirectly, thank God the karma that you're going through is the 5 of Pentacles, dark night of the soul. That's going without something. 5 of Pentacles. All the 5 of Pentacles is a step after the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles is holding on too tight to something or someone and being scared to let them go. 5 of Pentacles is going without them. Everybody holds on to shit. And everybody gotta let go of shit. That's the process if you want to proceed forward. You gotta end things to begin things. And that's karma. You got a good thing waiting on you, but you can't even get to the good thing because you got this old thing in your way. You can't come to a sterilized situation with shit on your boot. Okay. Final card of this message directly, consciously, going to the future. 6 of Cups. This is the sauce. You got the sauce, masculine. It's that thing. That thing that Lauren Hill was talking about. You feel me? Like you got that. It's that swag. It's that sauce. This your steez. This your essence. This what makes you you. This what makes you unique. Not what makes you a individual. That's the 7 of Cups. The step after this. We ain't talking about you as an individual. We're just talking about you as a person. As a person, you're saucy. You're perfect. It's like everybody else. We're all saucy. Ain't nobody saucier than nobody else. Ain't nobody better than nobody else. We're all the same. Because we're all loved by God the same. We all have the same chance to get out here and make our world and our life what we want to make it. Like, we are all the same. Ain't nobody better than nobody. Until you differentiate yourself from everybody else. Thus becoming an individual. You know. You're a saucy individual, but we ain't talking about individuality. Oh my God, individuality right now, but that's the next step. You know. Sauce. You the sauce taker. Divine masculine is the sauce taker, and divine feminine is the sauce maker. Sauce maker is like the bartender. Sauce taker is like the bar patron. Sauce maker is like Michael Jackson's. Sauce taker is like Tito. You know, you need both. Like without the bartender, like who gonna serve the patron? How can a patron get a drink without the bartender? Like the patron needs the tender. Tender needs the patron. You know, drug dealer or addict. Dealer needs the addict. Addict needs the dealer. Dealer ain't gonna be making no money without no addicts. So addicts gotta be around. It's like Jesus gotta be around to serve the addicts. It's called supply and demand. And it's an endless supply of sauce. You kind of have, it's like an endless supply of sauce you can tap into. And that's your divine feminine. Through your feminine, you get swag, sauce, steez, essence. You know, from hanging with your feminine, I'm telling you, you get a better sense of like what women like, what women need, what women own. Like you go, she's gonna tell you what the best, better clothes. You know what I'm saying? Better cologne, better everything. Like your feminine is like a big sister that push you on. That's why you as saucy as you are. Like compared to other boys, compared to other guys, compared to other people, you are a little bit more saucy in a good way from dealing with your divine counterpart, who's like this big sis that's been hooking you up. But that's the message I got. I hope I could be of good use. Doing specials on readings. I'll talk about that next reading. I'll let you in a second.